This is Fox 5 Local News at 5.
Could painkillers be turning athletes into heroin addicts? New information revealed about retired NFL players.
In tonight's Health Watch, a recent survey of retired NFL players revealed 52% admitted to using opioids during their careers, and more than half of them also admitted to abusing the substances. Meanwhile, 51% say they got the drugs from not only doctors, but teammates, coaches, athletic trainers, and even family members. The study also found those who used during their playing career were more likely to continue to do so after retiring from the sport. Joining us now to help us put this issue in perspective is Dr. Jay Greenstein, the CEO of Sport and Spine Companies. Thank you so much for being here.
It's great to be back. Yeah.
This is such an important topic, and it's really something that I think more and more people are talking about. So let me ask you first, in your opinion, are opioids being overprescribed right now to athletes?
Absolutely. I mean, it's part of the national discussion. Opioids in general are being overprescribed to the population. So the athletic population is that special subpopulation where, you know, they're trying to get back onto the field. They're trying to play their games. And especially with, you know, the collegiate, the professional athlete, it's their livelihoods that are at stake. So, yeah, it's a challenge, and it's part of the national discussion.
Yeah, and we're talking about, and you mentioned the collegiate athletes. We're just talking about professional athletes, but into schools, not just collegiate, but high school students as well. Are they being overprescribed, athletes in general?
Absolutely. I mean, and athletes are getting access to this medication, even through their doctors. So that becomes a challenge as well. The whole goal, I think, in this discussion, you know, the CDC, the Joint Commission, the Surgeon General, they're all talking about helping out these patients who have pain, the athletes that have pain, with other approaches, non-pharmacological approaches. So I think as those practice patterns happen, we'll see less prescribing of opioids.
And I think it's to help people understand, the problem is, once you start down the road here, isn't the statistic 3 out of 10 people have an automatic default to an addiction? Absolutely,
and that's a huge challenge. There was a great article in Sports Illustrated that talked about this young man, Michael Durant. He's a high school athlete, baseball player. He was an outstanding student, great kid. Had a soccer injury, hurt his knee. He had a prescription given to him for opioids, and then he turned into a heroin addict and unfortunately passed away due to an overdose. So it is a huge challenge.
But I think people don't understand, how do you just become a heroin addict? So then once the prescription is done, it's harder to get there because there's been a crackdown on getting the prescription renewed, so then they go to the street.
Yeah, exactly. And it's a highly addictive drug, so you find that people will change their behaviors in order to acquire the medication. So,
what are the healthier options?
Well, I mean, the evidence-based guidelines that are out there are really, really clear. You have options like chiropractic, you've got physical therapy and exercise, you've got acupuncture, you have yoga, you've got cognitive behavioral therapy, you've got cryotherapy. There are all sorts of evidence-based guidelines that support the use of non-pharmacological approaches.
And you have to think outside the box because those aren't just a pill you can pop.
Well, that's
so it takes a little more time.
That's exactly right. You know, patients are so used to convenience, you know, they want a pill. But what I want America to know is that health doesn't come from a pill.
Yeah.
It requires an effort.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Thanks.
All right, good. We need to be more knowledgeable on this issue, and I really appreciate you being here, Jay. Thanks so much.